All right, Shalom, Shalom Yisrael, Koholam La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect Akim across the globe that are doing the work in truth and in sincerity and in charity, and Shalom to the few sincere Aqua that are watching, listening, and learning. This is Daniel Abba here from the GMS Chicago camp, and Lord willing, coming back at you with another edifying video. All right, and there's a famine right around the corner, global famine. All right, and hey, America's definitely gonna feel it as well. All right, with everything going on in the Middle East, the Straits of Hormuz being blocked. All right, within the next weeks or couple months, here in America, we're gonna notice prices skyrocket, fuel prices, food prices go up, food shortages. All right, and hey, there's definitely a famine right around the corner, man. All right, but without further ado, I just want to show you this quick video from Dabu77. All right, always makes real edifying videos, straight, short, and straight to the point. All right, of what's going on around the world, man. Global news.
Of the global food supply, Ukraine and their grain exports are collapsing. They're saying that this is because of attacks in the Black Sea, and this is the breadbasket of all of Europe.
Wow.
That is responsible for feeding millions of people. It has largely been GMO'd since America got in there. But what's happening right now is a global reset controlled by Trump and everything going on with Hormuz. What this comes down to are the global choke points. You can see in the image on the right there. A key one over in the Americas is the Panama Canal. But then you have the Straits of Gibraltar into the Mediterranean down to the Suez Canal, which thus far not much has been said in terms of the Suez Canal, but at some point it will be brought into the mix here because Hormuz already locked down. And then the Strait of Tears, the area that they're locking down now. So once these two sections are fully closed off under war, the only way out and around is through the Straits of Gibraltar. And you have to go all the way down and around Africa to do so. This is complicating everything. The Trump administration knows this.
That's a
all
long
the
travel.
warning signs are there, and they're telling the whole world, a world that I don't think is listening, that this is going to go on for a long time. I would have a plan. I would get ready. The harvest is going to be very dismal this year in America, and it's dismal everywhere else. The water is low because of a mega drought. We've seen this from the Danube over to the Colorado River. It's global. They're doing this on purpose, and I'm telling you, this is to usher in a global reset. There's going to be a lot of pain that comes along with this in the end. So people may think they can skate through the rest of this year. Next year, it's definitely going to be on big time, especially with things not changing. At this point, I'm curious to see how crops turn out for the end of this year. If you're having any issues, any problems, let me know in the comments section. And join me for the live streams where I can expand on this in further detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern here on Dabu77. Much love.
All right.
If you're paying full price when dining out, you're doing it wrong. I got all this for 30% off, and you can too. And it's not just for tacos.
But yeah, I just want to grab a couple of precepts. Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and 22. And it reads, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. All right. Basically, the crops. All right. The farmers that are planting their seeds. All right. They're struggling. All right. To get their crops to grow because, of the climate, the weather change. And there's also El Nino happening this year as well. And hey, there's going to be a food shortage as well, man. All right. That's going to cause a food shortage. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And then you're going to go to your local grocery store and there's going to be no food at the grocery store, man. All right, just like in the year in 2020, man, when everybody panic buyed everything at the grocery stores, they left the storehouse empty, man. It's gonna be like that again, man. But this time, there's not gonna be a delivery truck to supply the grocery store, man. All right, it's gonna be very scarce. All right, so hey, we're entering into some difficult times, man. All right, I'm gonna get Matthew 24 and verse. I start at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall be these things? When shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right, a lot of false prophets. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and nay, we're seeing rumors of wars happening in the Middle East, and that ye be not troubled, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, all right, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, all right. There shall be famines, and there shall be famines, all right. So there's famines coming, man, all right. You know, there's going to be kids starving, people starving, old people starving, man. All right. And those famines is going to touch America, man. All right. And America is going to get it the worst, man. Especially people here in America are so used to living a lavish lifestyle. All right. If you're hungry, you can just Uber some Wingstop to your house with a Coke. All right. All that comfort is gonna come to a halt, man. All right, these people are going to be eating things that they don't even like, man. Canned beans and carrots or whatever, man. Bitter herbs or whatever, you know, just to quench their hunger. Down in Venezuela years ago when the economy collapsed, I was watching videos of people eating each other's ears off, man. In prison. People eating leather belts, man. People eating rotted milk and the fish bones, and you know, it's because they were desperate, man, to quench their hunger. All right, and that's coming to America as well, and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And the Spirit just gave me a precept since I mentioned that. 2 Kings, I believe, 6:25, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and it reads, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was. All right, so there was a famine in Samaria, and this was history. Like the saying goes, history always repeats itself. And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80, so that's 80 pieces of silver. So they were selling a donkey's head for 4 pieces of silver, man. That's how desperate people were, man. And the 4th part of a cab of dove's dung. So they were eating bird shit, man, for 5 pieces of silver. So what is it, 100 pieces? All right. Like just like we saw in Venezuela, people were buying rotted milk, drinking rotted milk, cheese that was no good, moldy. All right. Same shit's going to happen again, all right, here in America, man. People going to be eating shit they would never thought they would eat, man. Fucking a squirrel or whatever, man. A cat. All right. Just to satisfy their hunger. Even each other, man. All right. I'm going to grab one more. And if the Spirit gives me anything else. I know it's in Lamentations. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. How does it go? Better to die of sword. No. Then famine. Lamentations 4:9. And it reads, they that be slain. I'm going to start at verse 8, all right, because this is what's coming to America. Their visage is blacker than coal, all right, and basically, when people go through famines, or, you know, go days without eating, your skin gets darker, okay? they are not known, and you can Google that, man. And they're not known in the streets. That's what's gonna happen, man. People will be going through famines, starving. All right, you don't even recognize who they are, man. You know, little chunky person is gonna become fucking nothing but bone. Their skin cleavage to their bones, man. You ever see those kids, starving kids in Africa, where you see the ribs sticking out? It is withered. It has become like a stick. Whew, wow, that's what's coming, man. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So it's better to die, with a sword, man, when somebody stabs you or fucking shoots you, than to die of hunger, man. Going, just you're dying slowly, all right, with a gun to the head or the body, whatever, or sword. Hey, it's a quick death, man. It's painful, but it's quick. All right, might last seconds, maybe a minute or two, but after that, you're gone, man. Hey, when you're dying of hunger, man, it lasts days, man. All right, for these pine away, stricken through the wants of the fruits of the field, and you're just suffering, man, just thinking about food, but there's no hope, slowly dying. All right, verse 10: the hands of the pitiful women have saddened their own children, and this is gonna happen again, man. These women, they gonna cook their own children, man. All right, a lot of these women, they're down with what is that called? Child. What is it called? Damn, brain fart, man. Abortion. Yeah, they're down with killing the child that's in their womb. All right, how much more when they're desperate and have nothing to eat, man? They won't cook their own babies, man. All right. The hands of the pitiful woman have saddened their old children. They were their meat and their destruction of the daughter of my people, man. And that's what's coming, man. So there's a global food shortage. All right. There's famines. All right, and the famine is gonna hit America, man, real soon. Before I ended, the Spirit gave me one more scripture. My servant shall eat. Isaiah 13. And Isaiah 65:13, therefore thus saith Yahweh of power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty, man. So we're going to be good, man. We're going to eat and drink. These famines is for you 2/3, man, and you heathens. All right, behold, my servant shall rejoice, and ye should be ashamed, man. And during these famines, global food shortage, man, of course it's going to be hard for us as well, man. But the Lord is going to give us the strength and protection to guide us through these hard times. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. All right. So, hey, we're going to be good in these times of famines that are coming to America, man. And all right. And the elect's going to be good, man. The Lord's going to take care of us, man. Hopefully we're part of that great number, man. But that was it to that. Hopefully it was an edifying video. Call I'm Hawa, Bahashim El Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles, salutations to the elect. Till next time, and Shalom and a Baba Ball. Come Yisrael.